Said I was gonna go live like 30 seconds ago. Individual came in and left that quick. So salute to whoever that was, but I know what it is. I just can't I'm not gonna say it. I know what it is. I know how the system rock. Um the world is everyone is on high alert right now. Everyone. You got North Korea saying that they wanna launch things. You got China saying that America done upset them. You got Russia saying that America is number one public enemy to Russia. You got all these different countries that's basically saying America is well, let me be specific. North America, United States specifically is enemy to them. You got Nancy Pelosi, who husband allegedly signed a chip deal with Taiwan, and she's over there. Salute Mexicano, salute Trump one. You got all these things that's transpiring, right? Everybody on high alert. You got New York announcing uh, management disasters. You got all these different things. Me personally, blessings to you, Chris. Salute, George. Salute, Musica. Miss. Salute, salute. I don't salute, hippie. For me personally, this is how I view it. Right. I'm just gonna make sure I got me some water and some food. Right. Because hit the like button if you guys coming in, because there's a lot of people that's coming in here real fast. His love is for us, the four horsemen. For me personally, I just don't see all these things transpiring. I look at the day they said when Nancy Pelosi she made her landfall in Taiwan. When they said she made her landfall in Taiwan, they said the stock market shot down 400 points. I mean, I just don't see. I could be wrong. You know, I know things ain't going back to normal, but I just don't see all these world elites with the WEF, you know, uh, going against one another. I just don't see it. Love you too. Salute. I just don't see it. I just can't see China, North Korea, and all these different world leaders that actually work for the Queen, and that actually run the corporation for the Queen, and and the Pope and others. I just don't see them coming together and annihilating the world. I just don't see it. I just don't see the Elon Musks and the Ted Turners and Bill Gates allowing world leaders to destroy their way of life. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I don't see the reason why I put the World Economic Formula up there, because I just don't see the people who in that allowing countries to launch things that are gonna affect their way of living. I just don't see it. But they got everybody else on high alert. I just don't see it. If the 36 people that came in here that quick, if we was sitting at a round table, right, and 10 of us disagreed on something, right, and the 10 they wanted to change our lifestyles and make everything duress on our way of living, well, the other 28 of us gonna be like, man, you can't do that. Nah, you can't do that. You can't do that. So I just don't see all these things transpire. I just don't see it. Has anyone heard if the yellow vests in France are still protesting? They could be, and I'm asking somebody. So that's a good way to put it, George. Ask in the comment section, because it's subscribers from all over. They could be, but protesting is pretty much is like shot. You can't find protesting nowhere. It got to be boots on the ground who gonna send you footage. But I don't. I highly doubt that protesting has stopped. Do they have bunkers? Yeah, but that's the thing though, right? If it's gonna be inhabitable up here, and they got bunkers, they don't have enough food to live forever. They got to come out at some point in time. They need sunlight. You need sunlight. Sunlight grow things. You can't. Eventually, you're gonna run out of food. It might not be in your generation, but you're gonna run out of food. You can't stay on that forever. And if the earth is inhabitable, because they didn't shot things in the air, you know what I mean? I just don't see it happening. I think that the bunkers is somebody got to create the bunkers, somebody got to get the material, somebody got to build it. It's a money grab. Everything is a money grab. I just don't see these things transpiring. Like I said, I could be wrong, but I just don't see it. I look at it from the money spectrum. I look at it from the money spectrum. I look at it from uh, these people are buying up all the farmland while the wildlife is on fire. I just don't see certain things. They need crosshairs on their foreheads, not sunlight. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I just, I look at it, guys. I just don't see it. I get on here and I say be prepared because they do have things that man have made that can actually disrupt your life and your lifestyle. They showed that they have things that man have tampered with, and they have, they can put it in the air at any given time. But I just don't see the earth just being annihilated, unlivable. I don't see them guys. I don't see them taking their own lifestyles away. I don't see it. I don't see it. Talking about Denver Airport. I've been there. I've been at the airport before. You know, all those signs and everything. Yeah, they communicate with one another. They communicate with one another. Watch and pray. Trust the Lord. Salute. I just think that I like I say, when you believe in the Most High, you really can't believe these people when you believe in the Most High. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna have strong faith that you're gonna be all right, but you still got to prepare. You got to prepare. You know, you got to prepare. You got to keep water and food, because, like I said on the last live yesterday and the day before that, salute to everybody. Salute, salute. Like I said on the last live, you never know when you're gonna wake up and they might have particles in the sky where you can't go out the door that'll burn your skin. Because man have made some things. Man have made things where they can mess up the airflow, and you never know when that's gonna transpire. But I don't think that'll be the end of the world. You know, respect. Salute, Steve. Salute, salute. It's complicated sometimes because I watch other people, and I watch a few other people, and sometimes I have to distinguish the fear mongering from reality. And when I come on mine, I try to distinguish the fear mongering from reality. You know, I definitely try to distinguish the two, because a lot of people, they know that fear, it builds subscribers, and it builds it's a monetization thing. They know that they can sell field every single day, and then they know that they have elders on here who actually will freak out over that fear mongering, over the fears of certain things. So I try to make sure I get on here and stay grounded and don't do the fear mongering stuff. Just try to be straightforward, direct, and I always tell people, you know, whatever you believe in, put your trust in the Most High, and just prepare for the worst and pray for the best. Don't stop living. Don't stop living. You guys see when I go live, I be traveling all over. I be going all type of places, and I'm a hardworking man just like you all. I work just like you, ladies and gentlemen. I have a job just like y'all, but I travel because I'm not gonna let no one stop me from living my life. And Nancy Pelosi, she just traveled to a whole nother country, but they don't want you to travel. You see, I'm not gonna allow nobody to tell me I can't travel when I see that these individuals are traveling. I'm not gonna allow nobody to tell me I can't do this and do that, and they are actually doing it. So, I just make sure I use my common sense and pay attention to what's going on, and I don't try to do fear mongering. But I make sure at the end of the day that I have water in my house and food. If I don't have anything else, water and food. And I make sure I try to share the information with you all, because I know it's a lot of people that really truly rock with me hard. If all flights get canceled, yeah, but that ain't gonna happen. If that won't happen. because that it's too much money to be lost. It's too much money will be lost. You know, it's too much money will be lost. That won't happen. If they didn't listen, if they didn't shut if they shut everything down and open everything back up because the invisible enemy, they say that we have to learn to live with it, quote unquote, then I don't see nothing stopping society or mankind from continue to have a economic factor. I just don't see it. I don't see them giving up the economics. I did violence in Japan. Feet. Yeah, yeah. You gotta yeah, you gotta make sure you got water. You gotta make sure you got water. You never know. It's labs all over the world. And you never know. We don't know what's in those labs, and we don't know what come out those labs. But we do know that they experiment on animals, they experiment on people, and they experiment in the air, right? So at the end of the day, no telling when something is gonna go wrong. And obviously things have went wrong because they got things like cancer, they got things like HIV, they got things like all these different viruses and all these things. A lot of that stuff come out labs. Come out labs. It come with interjecting things that don't belong, that the Most High say you can't put together. So scientists, they push the limit, and then when they push the limit, it creates things that's actually harmful to us, right? So you got to be prepared. You got to be prepared. If we can't protect the kids, we'll be fine. It's revealed. I can't accept easily necessary commitment to the future. Salute, sir. Salute. And that's how I see it. I just don't see it. But that's why I always say get water. It's some people on here. They've been saying it's gonna be the end of the world since 2020, and their following has actually grown like tremendously. And you guys can see they play with my channel. They unsubscribe 10 to 15 to 20 people per day on my channel every day. And I look at it and I be like, it's crazy. It's really, really crazy, because I'm not gonna sell that. I'm not gonna sell that fear mongering shit, because that fear mongering shit is me telling you guys to go purchase this and purchase that and purchase this and purchase that, go purchase this and purchase that. And at the same time, this is $1 million businesses and big businesses that's being promoted, because you're telling people to go buy this and buy that and buy this and buy that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always say have at least 5 cases of water at all times. And in the event things go wrong, you can go get you another 5 cases or whatever, have 10 cases. And if you can't get no more, you still got 5 cases to pick it back on. That's why I always say those things, because I'm not gonna say go buy this and buy that and buy this and buy that, or go get this, go get that, go get this, go get that. I'm not gonna do it. I'm sorry. I work just like you guys, and I don't want to spend my money on bullshit that I might not never have to use. You know, the common sense factor is you need self protection, and water and food and all the other shit. If you need all that other shit, then that's just that's end of the days apocalypse type shit that some of these guys be pushing, and I'm not gonna do that. I respect what they do, because that's their way of living, making a living or whatever. And I don't knock no man or woman for how they make money, but I'm not gonna do it. So I salute them for what they do and how they do it, but I'm not gonna do it. Yes, sometimes I hit the notification bell and sometimes I don't get it. That's just the way like this channel caught fire early on, and that was the way of stopping this channel from growing. Certain things had transpired, and that was the way of stopping the channel from growing. Like right now, it's 45 people in here. I have 44,000 subscribers. 44,000, right? So it's no reason why this thing shouldn't be jumping up to at least 1,000 or 2,000 people. But that's the game. That's the game. That's the game. That's the game. And that's why every day I jump on and I talk about certain things I see and certain things, that's going on, because I understand the politics of this thing that I've been going through. And it is what it is. I'm not gonna stop doing it. I dropped the Yeah, yeah, that's Mimi. That's excellent for you to do that. That's excellent for you to do that. Also, as you guys picking up any kind of food or whatever, make sure y'all check the expiration date. You know, like on the food packages. You know, like canned goods and stuff like that. Make sure you check the expiration date. Most of them is 2-3 years out, so make sure you check them because some of these stores they have expired things on their shelves. Food security is artificial under pressure around the world. Yeah, yeah, it's actually a food shortage. It is definitely a food and water shortage, and the Nancy Pelosi going to Taiwan and all these things. All this is to cover up. All this is cover up that. You know, that's to cover up that, and it's bigger than that actually. You know, the house the house one of them the house just passed something to to ban assault rifles. So they had to come with some kind of news to take the attention off that. It still got to go through the Senate, but the House just passed that. So they had to take that off the attention off that because people that right there would have riled up all law-abiding citizens. You know what I'm saying? And they had to take the attention off that. So the best thing to do is to say another country might do this and do that. That's been a game plan for years. Whenever they pass a new law or a bill, they utilize another country might do this or do that, or they say Al Qaeda leader or this or that. They say these types of things. You know, y'all heard about the story about the Al Qaeda leader. They come up with some type of news to change the narrative of the big news that they just did, and it's all about getting American guns out their hand so they can do Americans like they did the other countries, and the WEF can come in with their new world order, their new world economic form. You know, it's that's just the way it is. You know, trying to pick up more canned goods. Yeah, you got to check them dates. You got to. You got to. Most of them have sold out. You know, but that's what it's about, though. Think about it, right? Most people, most people work. Most people work or have a job or run a business. The only family that never worked is the royal family. They never worked. They don't have to work. They're royal. They never worked. Like everybody have worked. Everybody have. I don't care what family you say, the Bilderberg, Rothschild, whatever family you say, they have worked. They did some kind of work. But the royal family have never had a job. No one in the family. Right? They have never had a job. So when you look at it from that perspective, you know, uh, we all indigent. We all slaves. You know, we all slaves to individuals that don't work or never had to work. You know, and that's just the way it is. You know, that's why like salute for BB. That's why I say what I say. You know, when I say about um the dollar, everything goes back to the dollar. Everything goes back to the dollar. You know, the monetary system. You know, everything goes back to that. My first my first ever live I did. I don't know who was with me, who was subscribed to my channel then, but the first ever live I did, it got removed. I talked about the monetary system and how dog and how sinister certain things were going on with that, and that live got my first strike and it got removed. It was a live, it got removed. It wasn't me using nobody videos, me reacting to nobody else stuff. It was just me strictly talking about the monetary system and uh, how it was created and why was it created and things of that nature. So when I talk about that, I have to walk kind of light because the first ever live I did, it got took down. You know, look up just in case you lose your there's alternatives. Yeah. Yeah, that's all type of things. You know, you can get your brick, a concrete brick, a knife. You know, it's all type of things. But it's just crazy though. It's just crazy. That I always say this: guns don't kill people. Guns are used to kill people by people, but guns don't kill people. You know, guns don't kill people. Guns are used by people to kill people. You know. I always say that. There's good people and there's bad people. You know, exactly. A gun is a tool. Exactly. That's exactly what a gun is. I believe that. I believe they have their own police force, their own government, all that. They have all that. I mean, they're actually controlling the narrative on a lot of stuff right now. Because why? We all know the world is corrupted. It's this is a double playing field. So uh they got the money to put people in pocket. It don't matter how high people is. They got the money to put people in pocket. You know, they got the money to put people in pocket. Like if you think about it, right? A lot of these families and a lot of these individuals, right? They actually have money to fund walls. Like they literally fund both sides of walls. Like they might fund this country, then fund that country, and they get paid off both countries with the situation. Like that's like how could a country be in? I went through that already. I went through that already. I went through that already. My channel went through some things already. I went through a lot of things already. A lot of people who rock with the channel. They know I went through a lot of things. You know, this is actually the tone is toned down now. The channel has toned. I have toned down a little bit to make sure that the channel remain. But individuals who've been with me, they know that at first I had this channel turned up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's just that the narratives, it's like these folks control the narrative. I'm more worried about AI than I am about any of these countries talking about annihilation. I'm more worried about artificial intelligence because artificial intelligence it can destroy homes, destroy people, destroy all type of things. I'm more concerned about that than to be just concerned about walking outside and knowing because I know that they're not gonna give up their lifestyles. I'm more concerned about AI. You know, I'm more concerned about that. And the reason why I say that because you uploading everything into a system of all man. You uploading everything about individuals up into systems. And scientists they have no limit on playing God. And unfortunately, when you play God, nothing good come of it. Nothing good come of it. I think AI is opening up. I think how we say CERN open up portals, this and that. Well, CERN is CERN is built off AI. It's built with AI. So I think that AI will be the portal open up to different situations, and I think that that's when mankind gonna have problems. The day that technology decide that it got its own personality or whatever, we in trouble. We're in trouble. And these individuals are literally working to give robots emotions. You know what I mean? Emotions. What happens if you give a robot some kind of emotion and the robot decide that they don't want you to turn them off? It's a problem. It's a big, big problem. So but that's the thing though. They want us to be watered down and dumbed down. That's why all the kids right now they got phones. Most kids got phones in their hand. When a kid want to play, parents don't even play with their kids no more. They just put your phone or device in their hand and tell a kid go play with this. So they're not. So parents not really teaching their kids. Kids go to school, get indoctrinated, and then when they come home, the parent don't even entertain the kids that much. They just send a kid get a kid the phone or a gadget, and then the kid has been indoctrinated by what they want them to teach them. Then they get the rest of it off the computer, and when they watch the computer, they're watching things that's not of God on the computer streams and on the phones. It started off kid friendly, but then it ended up, being all type of things and the things that our kids watch, and that's all by design. Why? Because they got you and me going to work, working hard, and when we get off, we tired, want to take a shower, relax, and when the kid come home and they want some love from their parents, we so tired from our job, work stress, physical work tired, We can't give them that time, so we tell our kids go get the gadget, and then our kids been indoctrinated. They go get the gadgets, and then at the end of the day, we didn't spend that time with our kids teaching them right from wrong, or that gadget in your hand is not reality. It's make believe. We didn't teach them the difference, and then you get kids growing up playing these video games who playing these video games with this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third, and then they grow up and they go do crazy things. A telephone can be just as it can be MK Ultra, a telephone. Your kid can watch video games like Call of Duty and all these things and think that's real life, and they could think that they want to Call of Duty characters and go out here and do some crazy things. No believe in man. Yes, believe in the Most High. When you spend money, you're voting in the system. Live life, nothing is. Yeah, yeah. That's what I've been doing with this channel, man. I've been trying to just be an uplifting person and share my piece and what I see with individuals. Because at the end of the day, if you can, at the end of the day, I'm trying to say this not careful, but at the end of the day, there's people who believe in multiple different things. People believe in different things. People have different beliefs, and I utilize this platform to bring so many people together by saying the Most High. You know what I mean? Because everybody believe that their uh, everybody believe that their lane is the path to the Most High. So when I say the Most High, I stopped a lot of the Bible and started putting people together because we all got that in common. We all believe in the Most High. And every now and then you get somebody in the comment section who say that this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third. But I don't pay that no attention. I even like the comment just because they came to the page and dropped a comment. But I believe in the Most High. My son is well around the video games. I don't care. My rules are my rules. You better listen. Salute. That's called good parenting. That's called good parenting. And we lack a lot of that nowadays. We lack a lot of that nowadays. We lack a lot of that. If because think about it, right? A lot of these young boys are the ones that's doing a lot of these strange things. You know what I mean? Strange things. So we lack a lot of good parenting nowadays. And anytime somebody drop a comment and they say what you just said, Vanilla, salute. Salute. And that goes to like the video I done earlier when I said Tupac. I said how I became a Tupac fan, and I said that it was the Mill Against the World album that he had created, and he made a song called Dear Mama, and it was the lyrics to the song that he said in that Dear Mama record that actually touched my heart because I felt like my mama was my queen, and I felt like she struggled raising me, and I didn't understand that till I became a man on how hard the struggle really was. And I had people in the comment section saying about certain things with Tupac, this and that and the third. But at the end of the day, I didn't really care about that because it was an inspirational song to me, and I felt that my mother, is a special woman. She was my queen. So keep on doing what you're doing with your son Vanilla, and he gonna and ain't nothing like a parent love to the child. Ain't nothing like that. Cause you got these people out here. If you don't raise your child, they're gonna raise them, and if they raise them, they're gonna raise them totally opposite of what you wanted or what you think is the way a child's supposed to be raised. Sadly, not everyone wants to parent and got their kids. That's facts. That's facts. Humanity is way too dependent on AI. We definitely is. We definitely is, and we got to get away from that. We definitely got to get away from that. But that's a system though. The system wants you to depend on AI because if you depend on AI, you're depending on them. You're depending on technology. So at the end of the day, if you depend on technology, right, and let's say that you die from an early death, you haven't taught your kid how to do this and how to do that. So now your kid don't know. Your kid depending on the system. So that's part of that new world order. You know, if they could water down generation after generation, then eventually they'll have everyone doing things the way they want them to do because of the lack of knowledge. Life lessons, what happen, tend to, yeah, exactly. And so that's the way they're trying to get you. Like they're not working on us because we know better. They're working on our kids. They go after the next generation. They go up generation. That's why it's up to us to teach our kids because they're not coming up to us. They already indoctrinated us. We already into the system, or been in the system. To all my retired people out there, you put time in the system. You worked your butt off. You put time in the system. So they're not after you no more. They got the label out you. They if you work right now, they getting the label out of you right now. Why they sit back, kick their feet, and don't have to do nothing because they got a monetization system. Why you the true value? You know. So it's manipulation. The 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 sooner they can keep on dumbing us down on surviving for ourselves, growing crops, and how to do certain things and things of that nature. That's when they can usher in the new world order because you don't know how to do this. If you don't know how to do certain things, then you can't take care of yourself. You're depending on the system. That's why I made the video and I said, everybody, if you turn off your power in your house right now, what's the value? If you just shut all the power off, what's the value? If you shut the power off, the food in the freezer ain't value. It's gonna spoil. You turn the power off, the TVs don't work. That's why I made that video when I said that. What's the value? Because can you survive with none of that? That's why I watch some of the prepper channels out there. I try to educate myself further and further on the lack of knowledge that I do have. I continue to try to get knowledge, even if it's not for me. I could pass it on to my kids. I could teach them. That way, if I die today tomorrow, my kids, they can survive, and they got to depend on somebody else. I'm reading the comments. We homeschool. I wish more people would. My son is completely off social media, video games, and so on. Yep, I didn't fit and popped out the wall. Salam, salute, Will. They want us to kill. They want us skillless, depend on our government. Exactly. That's what it's all about. They don't want you to have skills. They want you to depend on them. That's it. That's it. Depend on them, and because think about it, right? You got to go to the grocery store to buy something that you can grow. To buy something that you can grow, you got to go get a fishing license to catch a fish that's in the ocean that God created, that the Most High created. You see what I'm saying? So when you look at it from that perspective, the narrative, you can't catch rainwater in certain places, but you got to go buy water, or you got to pay for water to come to your house. You see, so the narrative and the perspective of control is already there, because things that the Most High provide should be free. Like, it shouldn't be nobody dying from hunger when the world is is losing tons and tons of food every day. Some of those trees that grow fruit, that the fruit once it produces, it's gonna spoil and go bad anyway. So why not give that to some of those hungry kids in some of those countries? You know. But look, salute this 504 cut. I came on here to chop it up with everybody tonight, and like I said, in the thumbnail, get you some water, get you some canned goods, because you never know when that day might come where you might can't walk outside because they got specks of things in the air that could burn your skin. And yes, it'll be something that man made. It won't be nothing from the Most High. It'll be something that man made. Salute. I appreciate everybody for rocking with me. I rock with y'all. Thank y'all.